Good afternoon, class. Wishing you all a very happy and prosperous new year 2021. May this year be a blessed one for all of you. And I'll be meeting you this semester for this paper on postmodern survey. I'll be handling this paper on, I'll just give you the dates. I'll be meeting you on second day order, that is a 1240, right? Postmodern prose. And then fifth day order at 1140, that is postmodern theory, right? 2 hours I'll be meeting you. So the primer that is prescribed for you is this book. Yeah, you all must be having a copy of this book with you. This is called, Beginning Theory by Peter Barry, right? If you don't have a copy of this book, please make sure you buy a hard copy, right? Not a soft copy. Last year, you can ask your seniors. They all had a hard copy on them, right? This year also. This is not for this semester alone, but for your life. This book is not for just, a semester's use and throw away. This is something that you will cherish for life, because theory helps us understand the world from a beautifully different perspective. So, I'll not go into theory today because this is the last hour today and it's a rainy day. So I'll just give you some introduction to what theory is and why theory. And then we'll go into the nuances of theory. Right? And before that, every new year, I think you've started it. Yeah. The beginning of the new year, right? I used to tell my students, I'm just meeting you for the first time, the third BA class. So, the beginning of the new year, I used to tell my students some good thoughts, some ideas for life for about 5 minutes. So the same I was sharing in my previous class also, just the last hour, my second MA class. The class went on and on, right? That's why I'm a bit late to this class. I was telling them the importance of having a diary, a journal, right? A daily journal entry. How many of you have a diary with you? Or how many of you write a diary, have the habit of writing down a diary? If anyone, right, has been writing down your daily entries in at least a notebook, I'll be so happy, right? I want to personally see you and congratulate you, Manisha. I do. Thank you. So kind of happy for you, Manisha. Good, right? Anyone else who writes a diary, writes down a diary? Last year, for the first MA class, on January the 5th, the same day, right? Today is the 5th, yeah. I took all my diaries to the class, right? To the present second MA class, no? Last year. I took all my diaries just to tell them to write down from 1993. I've been writing down diaries, right? Then it was notebook, 1993, right? 94, 95. Then diaries came, right? 96. If you see this, 96, 97, 98, right? Then 99, then 2000. Some of the students also wanted to see what I written down in my diary. 2001, right? And after 2003, I started writing online and offline. Diaries are given at a discounted price, no? Very discounted price. It helps you look back. Now, when I look back, what happened in the year 1993 or 1994? What did I learn on a particular day in school, in college, right? It fills me with nostalgia. Even if someone had to ask me all these diaries for 1 crore rupees, I will not want to give it to them. Right? Diaries are so important a part of our lives. And since we are literature students, right, we should cultivate this habit of writing down our daily entries in a little notebook. I started off in a notebook. And only after that, over a period of time, when my parents saw that I was seriously writing down diaries, they gifted me my first, official Eagle diary. So you can also start this, cultivate this art. It's therapy. By the end of the day, at the end of the day, when you write down whatever happened, I learned this in this particular class. I read this book. I spent this much money on this, right? So when you do that, it gives you a kind of a moral, upliftment. You feel confident of yourself that you can, do a little more tomorrow. A beautiful line that I always tell my students, that many of us teachers tell you, isn't it? Day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Your diaries help you do that, right? Every page of your diary, right? See, even today, after many, many years, I still have it carefully treasured and preserved. So you can do this and this apart, right? Spending downtime on yourself. What is a downtime? Downtime means it's called a detox time. Detox means away from technology. Sir, in this digital age, virtual reality age, how can I live a digital detox life? It's impossible. You might mind voice to me. I would say you need not detox the whole 24 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or 12 hours. I am on digital detox now. You can't access me on WhatsApp now, right? Because I'm on digital detox for 1 month. So, like that, right? You can take a digital detox evening 9 till morning 6, 9 hours. I won't touch my cell phones. So, what do I do in the time that I've earned? You can write poetry, you can write short stories, you can write diaries, you can do some reading, you can, take a stroll, look at the birds. Don't take your camera with you, right? I have always been against this concept of, when people go to a tourist place, the first thing that they instinctively do is they take their cell phones, click, and then leave the place. A beautiful Aruvi or a beautiful Kuruvi will be there. What we do is instinctively, let's keep our hands there and take a snap. That's it. The Aruvi, everything is over. The beautiful falls, you can't appreciate it for the sake of the beautiful falls. You just want to capture it into your camera and then leave the place. No, don't take your camera phone with you. Just take a walk, enjoy the beauty of the place, serene beauty, look at the birds. Have the birds ever tried to photograph you? No. Have the animals ever tried to photograph you? Nature? No. But we want to photograph them. Why? A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Not only for this, right? It's a joy forever, right? You should have that in mind when you detox. A digital detox is if you think like it is cluttering your life, it's taking away a lot of your time. You can try to come away from that for the moment. I'm not in any social networking sites on Facebook or Instagram or anything. I was on WhatsApp, but now I'm away from that. You can spend a lot of time on yourself, right? Enriching you. Every week, one day, go to the bookshop, buy one book. I do that for the past many years. Buy just one book, 200 rupees. You should spend money. Don't read the PDF books. Spend money, buy one book. And what do? Evenings, 30 minutes, sit, right? No distraction. Have a beautiful table for your reading table. Sit, have a highlighter with you, start reading. When you read a particular line that you love, kiss that word. Right? Say, so beautiful, lovely. Right? They have written it down for posterity. I prefer non-fiction. No, I don't read what is called fiction. I read non-fiction, especially autobiographies and memoirs, travel writing, because they help us look at people who have achieved something, not idealized perspectives, people who have achieved something in life. Right? Benjamin Franklin, one of the best minds ever. So read 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, don't read. After 30 minutes, take a deep breath, inhale some fresh air, appreciate yourself for a non-stop 30-minute reading. And after that, right, go for a cup of coffee or a cup of chai, and then take a walk, then come back, then start reading for another 30 minutes. That's it. Your reading for the evening is over. If you can do this every day for the rest of your lives, right? Every day, right? Even if you are on a tour, even if you are on a yatra or a pilgrimage or wherever you go, make sure you have at least one book with you, right? And start reading. That is called downtime. Downtime means your personal time for yourself. No one is going to come into this personal time of yours. It is completely yours. No distraction allowed. You may get 100 calls, but it doesn't matter because if I don't take care of myself, no one else is going to take care of myself, right? And this is called a personal space. Every day you build up on this personal space, and slowly you'll find this personal space that you built up becomes your personality one fine day. This is how a person develops their personality. It doesn't happen in one day. Ask Sachin Tendulkar how many times he plays these practice shots. He says 20,000 shots a day he practices. Right? That's why he was a master blaster or the little master. If you can devote some downtime for yourself, what is cluttering your life right now? And how can you engage creatively in your own space? Please remember, the more you cherish your space, the more you will be respected by everyone. The more your friends will look up to you. This lady, this girl, this boy, he has his own personal space. You cannot disturb her in this particular space. Between 10 in the night and 6 in the morning, you cannot disturb him. He has his own personal space. If you can cultivate this every day, have some vigor on yourself, right? Resolve on yourself. This new year, try taking some resolves. I will write a diary. Every week, once a day, I normally go every Tuesdays because Tuesdays you don't have much of a crowd in the bookstores. I don't like a crowd. I want to be alone. So I go to Anna Nagar's VR Mall, just 1 kilometer away from where I stay. So VR Mall, Home Books is there. Second floor. Some of you must have been there. You go there, a beautiful ambience is there. You go through the books, buy 2 books, they give you a discount, happily come back home. Evening at your sitting table, sit at your table, start reading and enjoy. After that, if you want to share it, put it up on your blog. I have a blog. I put it up. Now I'm reading Isaac Asimov's autobiography. So you can also do that. And thirdly, right, I told you, first is, right, maintain a diary, a good diary, right? Every day's events, whatever happens, you can write them down in a good diary, right? It will help you introspect better. And when you look back at your college days after 10 or 20 years, you'll find, these recollections in tranquility that Wordsworth says, are so therapeutic. Right? So I told you that. And I also told you, create your own space, declutter. It's called a digital detox. Carl Newport, C-A-L, Newport, N-E-W-P-O-R-T. He talks about a digital detox. Detox means coming away from technology for some time, not 24 hours. You can't, right? But a particular period of time. Say, for example, 6 to 9 in the evening. I won't be available for anyone. I want my space. Digital detox, D-E-T-O-X. Right? And supposing I ask you, can I visit your home to look at your library? How many of you will be willing to take me to your home, to your house, or to the place where you stay to show me your little library? Sir, I have a beautiful collection of at least 100 books. Right? I can, right, show you my collection of 100 books. I'm willing, sir. Good. Thank you, Anusha, Anand, Shivani. Good. So happy. Right? So happy. Good. So happy. Right? I'll be willing to visit you, right? I'm not joking. I'll be so happy. I'll photograph it, right? Yes, Alan, thank you. Good. This is very important. I wish these kids a wonderful, double prosperous life. I'm so happy, right? They are willing to show me the library, a little library of 100 books, at least 100 books, not the books that you did for your UG or your PG. No, not that. Not Jane that you did for your UG, perhaps. A doll, what's that? A doll's house or um, Mrs. Dalloway. No, books that you loved. You all, wow, one of the greatest thinkers. We call them, organic intellectuals. Why do you like Yuval Noah Harari? Why do you like this memoirist, this diarist? Why do you like this intellectual thinker? There is a writer called Pinay who talks about clouds. He has written a huge book on clouds, cloud formations. There are many types of clouds, he says. How does that relate to us? How does it connect to us? Don't read it for its utility alone. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Read it art for art's sake, just enjoyment, pure enjoyment. If you can do it every day, create your own personal space in the next 10 years, I'm telling you, you'll be a great inspiration. And please remember, 24 by 7, every day, to someone, somewhere, you are a great source of inspiration. Someone is watching you. Someone is observing you. Someone is looking at you. Someone is admiring you. Why? Because of your principles to life. The way you do things. The way you enjoy doing things. I've always told my students, cut away people who talk negatively, who always let you down, put you down. If there is anyone in your close circle who puts you down all the time, hey, you look very dull, you look very ugly, you look very short, you look very stout. If anyone says like that, put them away. Wow, we have a very little life, very short life. You can't afford to have all negativities pulling you down. Just imagine you are swimming in a rough sea. If someone is pulling down your leg, how will it be for you? It will be difficult to swim. Right? Be the people who will help you swim. Right? Negativity breeds discontent. And be with people, like-minded people. This book is a life-changing book. This is called a very simple book. It's Mastery Manual by Robin Sharma. Right? Many of you must have read this book. A wonderful, inspirational book. Every day you can read one module. He also advocates a lot of things that we are discussing right now. Having a journal, writing down your daily diary, maintaining a beautiful library, having downtime for yourself, all these things. He also tells us, please read every day one module you can read. Right? And this apart, this is the right time to focus on your future. Last semester in your undergraduate program, and a very short semester, not the 90 days that we usually have. We are told we have just 75 days. Even normally we say the last semester or the even semester is a very fast forward semester. It's a very quick semester. And this semester, by fortune or unfortunately, is a very short semester. So you have a lot of things to do. Look up to your future, right? And a lot of things to plan for your future. So make every day of the semester count by living your life to the fullest, like in Ulysses. Tennyson says, so drinking life to the lees. Make the best of your life. And I wish you a very prosperous, successful, right? A very successful, blessed new year. May all that you do, be, make you prosperous, happy, and successful, right? Now, I'll just give you the book. Two books. One is called Beginning Theory by Peter Beck. This is one book that you should have with you. You can start reading also. The second book is the Postmodern. There are many books available, but I'm just telling you simple books that you can read. See, any book that I show you is a book that I have. I have bought it myself, right? Don't go for PDF books, my dear students. Tomorrow, when you become teachers, you will know the value of the written word, right? Uh, if everyone starts reading PDF books, the art of reading is gone, right? And PDFs, they say psychologically they are not good because you scroll from top to bottom. But reading is done this way, isn't it? Reading is done this way. But in a scrolling, you do it top to bottom, right? And secondly, if everyone starts using PDF free of cost, writers won't have the motivation to write. And if writers don't write, publishers don't publish. Publishers, right, go out for writers who write. Writers won't write if they don't get the money. And if writers don't write, we don't get good books. If we don't get good books, we lose out on precious thoughts. What Milton says, no, about a good book, a precious lifeblood of a master spirit, precious lifeblood of a master spirit, right, kept and embalmed for a life beyond life. This book transformed me literally. Right, I always love reading autobiographies. This guy, Benjamin Franklin, he came, right, with nothing on his hand to America and how he built up his life. And today, you know, I know, we know how, right? He's known as one of the founding fathers of the United States. And he talks about reading, right? The art of reading, how he nurtured the art of reading also, right? With this little thought, I'll go into the superficial aspects of the text today. I'm not going to the text today because I don't want to start in the last hour. The superfices of a text, of the text that we are handling. Theory. The word theory itself would mean political. I repeat, theory itself would mean political, right? Politics. So what do you mean? Till the fifth semester, you were not introduced to theory. Only in the sixth semester, you are introduced to some facets of theory, just some facets. And at the PG level, the first year, I'll be doing some theory, but in the second year, it will be full and full theory for you. One paper will be there exclusively on critical theory. Some 15 years back, or some 18 years back, yes, we had some senior professors who used to give minus marks for students, right? There was a professor called Dr. Felix Moses. He was also the HOD, my very good friend again. But still, he used to give minus 20 marks. So in the next CA, if you get 30 marks, you still get only 10 marks, right? And Dr. Nirmal, Dr. Rajagopalan, they all used to be very, very frugal when it comes to marks. If you get 40 marks in your CA, it is reason for a grand celebration, right? I'm talking about almost 20 years back. Theory was so complicated. People couldn't easily understand the nuances of theory because you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have Facebook, you didn't have any of these, access to any of these resources the way we do today. But today, right, theory has been simplified. A whole lot of books are coming up on theory. One such book that has made things easier for us is Peter Barry's Beginning Theory, right? Although it came decades back, but now it has been appended with a whole lot of new theories. Eco-criticism is there, lesbian gay criticism is there. And in the first chapter, there are just 5 words I just want you to by heart or memorize. 5 words, right? I want you to have in mind for the rest of your lives before we venture into the beautiful world of theory. After going into theory, many students have told us or confessed, sir, all these years you are doing literature without this perspective to society, to culture, to life. Right? That is the reason why theory is appended only in the last semester for you. And only, a sprinkle of theory, I guess. You don't have much of theory this semester. Just postmodern survey. You know what's a survey? You know, it's like a browsing. Only next year you will have some idea, and after that, the second year, if you're planning to come back for your PG, right, you will have a great insights into what theory is all about. But many who buy this book and read this book, they will know what theory is, an outline before coming to the PG classes. So I would recommend that you go or buy it online also, right? It's available online. Just buy our books. It is available on Flipkart and on Infibeam, right? I don't know if you know Infibeam. That is a treasure trove for people who want second-hand books, right? It helped me for my PhD. Infibeam.com, right? Second-hand books, used books, we call them, at a very, very discounted price, like 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, you'll get some real amazing books. Flipkart doesn't sell you used books, right? Or Amazon doesn't sell you used books. Infibeam does, right? So if you want to buy a whole lot of books, you can go there, right? And shop online, browse online for this book also. Now, why theory? I told you 5 words you need to by heart or memorize. Politics, right? Then language. I think in the next class, I didn't expect we'll have a virtual class today. I thought it will be both virtual and real. So I thought of using the white marker board. Suddenly I had to redo the whole thing, plan the whole thing again. Politics, language, truth, right? Just 5 words. Right? Please have these 5 words in mind. Politics, language, truth, meaning, human nature. I am telling it, right, from memory. 5 words. I'm not saying anything on my own. I'm saying some things that are given here in this book, right? 5 words: politics, then language, then truth, then meaning, then human nature, right? So these 5 words are very important to understanding the nuances of theory. It is given there in the in the first chapter itself. You'll find it. Yeah, right. Page number 35 of the book. Right. I don't know if I can show it to you here. I don't know if you're able to see it here. Politics. The 5 points are here. No, politics, language, truth, meaning, and human nature. Have these 5 points in mind, 5 words in mind. You will get a beautiful, comprehensive idea of what theory is all about. I'll just tell you what is politics. I told you theory means political. It gives you different perspectives. Why do I need perspectives, sir? Why do I need different perceptions? I have a perception to life. I have a perception to truth. I have a perception, a way of life. This is truth. I'm not trying to create any controversy when I say this. I was born and brought up in a particular culture. And for example, I was told that my language, my vernacular is the best language. My vernacular, it could be Tamil or Malayalam or Telugu or Kannada or Tuluvam or Hindi or Urdu or Oriya, Marathi, Gujarati, Kashmiri, whatever. My vernacular is the best. So what I do is I talk to the world. You know something? My language is the best. My perspective to language. That's one of the points there. No, politics, language, and truth, meaning, and human nature. I was brought up in this language. Obviously, this language should be good for me, but doesn't mean some other language is not as good as mine. Doesn't mean that Telugu is inferior to my language. I don't know Telugu. How dare I say that my language is the best? I don't have any right to say that. My religion is the best for me. But how dare I say my religion is the best? It requires a lifetime to study a religious text without knowing anything about another language, without knowing anything about another person. How dare I pass my verdict on another person, saying you are stupid? Theory tells you, right? Be aware of your own limitations. That is why we say literature transforms, theory liberates. We are fettered by some shackles of our own volition every day, like the blinkers for the horse. Blinkered views we have, I have. I can't say Telugu is inferior or Malayalam is inferior or Tamil is inferior to my language. If I say that, I am prejudiced. I am being partial, I am being biased, I am not being fair. When I say, right, your state is not as good as mine, I am being prejudiced. Or your language, your literature, every language, every culture has its own A-U-R-A, the word that Walter Benjamin uses in his beautiful 1935 essay, The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction, aura, A-U-R-A, which can never be replicated, duplicated by anyone at any point of time. My region is an aura, my language is an aura. It's like saying, my dad is the best dad in the world. Yes, your dad is the best for you. Who said no? But for her, her dad is the best. Her mom is the best. Her friends are the best. If for you, your friends are the best, for her, her friends are the best. If for you, your language is the best, for him, his language is the best. This comprehensive perspective is given to us by theory. It tells us about our own misgivings when we look at people. Who said fair is beautiful? After many, many years, 2005 it started. After many, many years, today, they have struck off the word fair from Fair and Lovely. We call it stereotypes or standards. Who said fair is beautiful? Have you seen the definition of beauty in the dictionary? Nobody can ever give a definition of beauty anytime because it is relative. Postmodernism says truth is relative. Definitions are relative means for you it is right, for me it isn't. I'm just giving you, do I have time? Yeah. An American, a Native American or a white American, right? They come to India in the morning, I take them to Sarana Bhavan, right, for breakfast. Do you think he will get continental breakfast there? No, right? What will he get there or what will she get there? They will get some pongal or idli or dosa, some vada, sambar, chutney, right? 3 or 4 colors of chutney will be there. Now, my white friend asks me, what is this? And I tell him, this is breakfast. No, this isn't breakfast. For me, my breakfast is bacon and eggs or something else. No, this is breakfast for me. Oh, no, stupid, this is not breakfast. So what is this? Something round, with a hole into what? This is vada, man, vada. What is vada? He won't even know What vada is, right? You say it is vadai. It's not even vada, this is vadai. We call it, it goes along, it complements your pongal in the morning or your idlis in the morning. In all, in South India, especially in Tamil Nadu, you won't have pongal without your vada. It is complementary. Oh, what is pongal? Pongal is, you can't define it. But for you, it is breakfast. Or it could be your rotis or chapatis or puris or whatever you have in the morning. But for an African or an American or an Australian, it need not be. So what is breakfast? One man's meat is another man's poison. For you, it is breakfast. For him, it isn't. For you, it is, right, something that you have in the morning. For her, it isn't. That doesn't mean you condemn her for not having this for breakfast. That is why it is said truth is relative. Relative in the sense, it is not fixed. It is not static. What is true for you need not be true for me. What is true for her need not be true for me. And this celebration of this relative nature of truth is what theory is all about. Theory tells you there is no static definition of truth. There are no absolutes. If you tell me how many, if I ask you how many colors are there in the rainbow, right, you'll immediately tell me 7 colors are there: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Just 7 colors? Who said 7 colors? Nature didn't come and say, oh, Bhaktas, I'm going to give you 7 colors. This is going to be violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow. No. How many hours in a day? 24 hours. Who said that? God did not appear right from heaven and say, my dear Manida, I'm going to give you a, please divide a day into 24 hours, not 25 hours. Make a note of it. 24 hours a day. And 6 o'clock in the morning, sun will come up. 6 in the evening, go down. No. We created, we devised a day into 24 hours. And 1 week will have 7 days. 1 month will have 30 or 31 or sometimes 20 to 29 days. We wanted time to be, partitioned for our own benefits. Time can never be partitioned. Elizabethan age, Jacobean age, Caroline age, Commonwealth age. No one can partition time the way we do. Colors. Who said there are only 7 colors? We, human beings, wanted to divide it for our own facility. Culture. We wanted to give certain color to a certain, culture and say this is good. Post-colonial studies does that. The various shades of color, chromatism. We'll discuss this when we come for your PG classes. Color, culture. How many, hours in a day? 24. Who said this? We. How many seasons in a year? 4. Who said this? We. The gods did not come up from above and say, oh, Bhaktas, my dear mortals, look at this. I'm going to split the seasons into 4. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Make sure you abide by all these 4 seasons. Nothing more, nothing less. No. Nature doesn't construct. Culture constructs. This is the first concept in theory. Nature, there is no construction. In culture, you have constructions. That's when structuralism comes up. If we have time, we'll discuss some of the concepts in structuralism. If you are interested in structuralism, if you're planning to take up journalism also, right, or media studies also after your UG, structuralism will be very important for you. Do some groundwork on that. It's very interesting, engaging, and inspiring field of study. Constructions. Till the 19th century, we thought that culture equals the real. What is the real? Right? We thought, yeah, what is cultural is real. But only after the 20th century, we began to realize that culture is not equal to the real, but culture dictates the real. How shocking. I repeat, culture is not synonymous with the real, but culture dictates the real. That means what? The real that you and I are experiencing now is dictated by culture. And who dictates culture? The ones who are in power, capitalists, right? If you have a particular television channel dominating the market, right, for the past 50 years, they have been dictating culture to us. If a particular, a capitalist has been, dominating the world scenario, whatever they give to us becomes cultural. So culture is an industry, Baudrillard. A whole lot of these theorists tell us, no, culture industry. Before 1996, the cosmetic industry in India, we all know, was a pittance, just a few crores of rupees. But after, right, we had our Miss World and Miss Universe coming up, in quick succession. After that, they were to endorse certain beauty products for fairness. After that, today, it is thousands, they say around 15,000 crores every year, the cosmetic industry in India. Why? Because of some stereotypes, right? Three words in theory that you should remember. I think I'll just tell you these three words. I've already given you 5 words. Have them in mind. Politics, those 5 words are here, right? If you have this book with you, you can go through it, right? Politics, language, truth, meaning, and human nature. Like the 3 words I'll give you now. One is stereotype, one is stigma, and the other is silence, right? Very important for theory, right? What is a stereotype? In the next class, one of you should tell me what is a stereotype. If possible, even what is a stigma, right? And we'll continue from this concept, right? Of these 3 S, if you can call them that way, right? Stereotypes, stigmas, and silences. How do they connect with theory? Thank you. Have a happy day, a rainy day.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.